Have you ever looked at your bank account and thought, if I had to start over, zero savings, zero assets, could I do it all over again? Listen, I've been there and it's brutal. It's not a fun place to be, but it answers a very important question because it forced me to build a system that doesn't just survive, a system that actually scales. See, here's the lie. Most people wait to get rich before they take control over their life. But the ones who actually win, the ones who become inevitable, here's what I've found about those people. They take control first of their money, their mindset, and their financial intelligence, and then they let wealth come. They let wealth automatically chase them because they are now the masters of their money. This is the biggest challenge that I want you to consider inside of your life because you don't actually need more money. You just need a mindset and a machine. And today, I'm gonna give you mine. First off, let's get one thing straight. Freedom, it's not just about how much you've saved, it's about how much income your assets produce. Without you lifting a single finger, without you even getting out of bed. In fact, Warren Buffett probably said it best, if you don't learn to make money while you sleep, my friends, you're gonna work until the day that you die. So if you're starting over, you've got a huge advantage. You're not chained to a broken system anymore. Everyone else, they're stuck in a system. Their money is locked up in a 401k. They can't touch it until they're 59 and a half. See, most people, they're trying to optimize a retirement plan that was never designed to win. I want you to consider this. They're trying to make a losing plan just lose less dramatically. That isn't winning by any stretch of the imagination. They dump money into 401ks and IRAs and they're deferring their taxes. They're paying the price of inflation and it's wrecking their plan year by year. They just hope that they don't run out of money before they run out of time. That's not security, that's financial roulette. So if I had to start from nothing but a paycheck and a dream, here's exactly how I would do it. Step number one, I would begin with the end in mind. And here's what the end in mind means. Your dollars, every dollar that you put aside for saving or for investing, it has one specific purpose in mind: income. Dollars have to produce a stream of income for you in the future. That's really all savings is. It's just delayed spending. So when I know this, I understand I'm not trying to build a pile of money. I'm trying to build an ATM. I'm trying to build a system that can pay me reoccurring streams of income every single month, whether I lift a finger or not. That's step number one. Begin with the end in mind because it gives you so much more context and clarity on exactly what you're trying to accomplish. Now, with that end in mind, here's step number two. I would start, my very first step in the investing world would be to start with a vault. A vault is a unique place that you can put your money to store your money, grow your money, eliminate taxes, and optimize every dollar that you have. I would take 10 to 20% of every paycheck and store it in a property structured life insurance policy. That's exactly what a vault is. This becomes my private bank. It allows me to have a foundation where my money can grow and I never lose anything. Imagine that. For the rest of your life, if you could put money into an account where it would never go down, it only goes up, it's hedged against inflation, it's 100% tax-free, and you get to use it like a bank. What that means is now I'm open to leverage. My money can now do multiple jobs at the same time. This sits at the foundation. It's a place that I control. It's a place that I can grow my money and borrow from it at the very same time. This brings me to step number three. Once I understand what I'm trying to accomplish and I have a foundation for my wealth, now I'm going to leverage that foundation, my vault, to buy real cash flowing assets. Once the vault starts building up its capital, I'm going to put that money into assets that pay cash flow every single month. My two favorites for doing this are turnkey rentals and private lending. This stuff sends me checks every single month. It's predictable, it's tax advantage, and it's no speculation. And here's the crazy part. Those checks come in every single month at the same time that the assets are going up in value. My money is earning multiple returns in this single asset of real estate. It's growing, it's appreciating, it's tax advantage, and it's paying me monthly income. That's really all I would do. I would then just take this cycle and I would repeat it over and over and over again. That's step four. Every asset I buy generates income. That income flows back into the vault, then I borrow it again without interrupting compounding, and I buy the very next asset. One asset turns into two turns into four turns into eight, and you can see where I'm going with this. This is how you collapse time, not by stacking dollars, but by stacking cash flow. That's the system. So if you're watching this right now and thinking, I need a roadmap, I don't want to figure this out all alone, I built a free training called the How to Retire in 10 Years training. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I built my own passive income machine, how clients, over 1,000 of them, are replacing their jobs every single month with this very same system and the passive income that it's delivering, and how to escape the retirement trap that Wall Street, they want you locked into. It's live, seats are always limited, so hit pause, click the link below, and lock in your spot right now. Now, when I was 30, I was making six figures. I was climbing the corporate ladder, and on paper, everyone thought I was winning. I mean, heck, I thought I was winning too. I was was making six figures. I had six figures in my 401k. And I thought, man, I'm on the fast track to retiring early. But then one day I ran some numbers. I ran a retirement calculator. This was the first time I started thinking about what the heck am I actually doing? The more I climbed up that corporate ladder, the more I realized I was trading my life to make some money. And I was putting all of that money in a 401k. And I wanted to know how close I am to buying my life back. I sat down, I ran the numbers, and what I found punched me directly in the gut. I realized that based on what I was doing, even though I was saving 20% of my income, I wouldn't have enough money in my 401ks, my IRAs, and my brokerage account to retire until I was 79 years old. Let that number sink in for just a minute. Imagine retiring at 79. I had a bunch of dreams. I had a bunch of things I wanted to do, but at 79, I had to imagine I would probably be too old and too unhealthy to do any of them. That was the life I was trading my life for at that present moment. I remember thinking to myself, what's the point of making more? If this is all that's happening for me, why do I make money? Why do I put money into a 401k? I don't want to be financially free at 79. This was super disappointing to me, but it was my wake-up call. Because now I realized that everything I was doing, I was deferring my taxes. I was riding out market volatility. I was having inflation work harder and harder against me, making it harder for me to ever be able to retire. And I was on a plan of 40 to 50 years with my fingers crossed. This was the breaking point. And I'm grateful for that breaking point because rather than trying to optimize a broken system, I did the unthinkable. I walked away from that system altogether. I cashed out the accounts, I stopped chasing Wall Street's nefarious returns, and I built cash flow instead. I did all of this, not on Wall Street, but right here on Main Street. On Main Street, we take control of our money. On Main Street, we raise our financial intelligence, and on Main Street, we build cash flow. I funneled my savings first and foremost into the vault that I talked about. I borrowed against it, and I bought cash flowing assets. Those assets started to pay me every single month, just like clockwork. And at first, it took a couple of years to repay back those policy loans from my vault. But now what used to take me years, I can do in months. Now I have multiple assets generating multiple streams of income, and every time I take a policy loan, I can snowball that policy loan and pay the loan off faster and faster and faster. As I started to do this, I realized I wasn't actually working for money anymore. Money was now working for me. And my friends, this changed everything. This allowed me to walk away from my corporate job and start asking some of the best questions. If money wasn't the primary driver of my life, what do I want to do with my life? That's why I'm on this video right here, to help you have that same freedom and realization in your life. You get one shot at this thing. I've had the opportunity to live free now for over a decade, and I will never go back. I've taught thousands of people to do the exact same, and I hope you're the next one to understand how to take your money off of Wall Street, how to take control of that money, and how to put it on Main Street and build cash flow instead. So here's the shift I want you to make from this video. If I lost everything today, I wouldn't chase a better job. I wouldn't dump more money into a 401k. I wouldn't try to scramble or gamble on the latest crypto or day trading stocks. I would build a machine, a simple cash flow producing machine, a machine that turns earned income into reoccurring tax-free, unstoppable cash flow. Because financial freedom, it's not about net worth. That's the lie that they want you to believe. It's about cash flow that you don't have to trade your time for. That's the real purpose of freedom. We're going to measure financial freedom when your cash flow exceeds your expenses. That's how you measure it. You experience it when you own and control your time. So here's a couple of examples of how this works. I have a nurse client who started with me a little over 8 years ago. She only had $15,000 in savings, but today she owns 5 properties. She's making $6,000 a month in passive income. And for almost the last 8 years, she's never lost money because everything was founded on the vault, and the vault was leveraged to produce cash flowing assets. I have an entrepreneur client who makes millions of dollars. He's made so much money, it's crazy. But up until I met him, he had nothing to show for the money that he made. Between taxes, between his business, and between risky investments, everything ate up his profits. We sat down, we built a system to extract money out of his business, to eliminate taxes, and to grow it tax-free. He now has multi-millions of money stored in a vault. He's used that vault to buy several cash flowing assets, and here's the crazy part. He is completely financially free. Now, he still owns his business, he still runs it because he actually likes what he does, but he's found a new desire to be in his business because he's there now out of desire, not out of necessity. He shows up free, which allows him to make better long-term decisions and to build a better team around him. This is the power of achieving financial freedom. You optimize your life because your money is giving you more options in life. Now, these aren't unicorns, these are real people who stopped playing a rigged game and built one that they could actually win. So I want you to consider this. You don't need millions, you just need the right system. And it all starts with one simple move. So if you're serious about building your machine, don't stop here, because in the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it, step by step, using the vault strategy to turn paychecks into cash flowing assets and assets into freedom. Click the video on the screen now. It's called the Passive Income Machine that pays you forever.